So, I guess it means that you've got a lot of interrupt. The terrorize that you can throw out at a distance anytime the Bane goes for a Fiend's Grip.
10 seconds remaining.
Makes it incredibly hard
5
to get that
seconds
spell off.
remaining.
Bedlam as well being able to walk up. When you've got the Spirit Breaker that can lock heroes down, there is a lot of damage that can come through from that. And the Brambles, it's always a nice laning hero. The Brambles enter to the Shadow Realm, so you offer yourself some survivability there with the Shadow Realm not being able to be targeted. Brambles offers control again with the Curse Crown, so Razor may be able to get a lot more drain out from that leash coming through from the static link. So there's possibilities here for Gambit. There's good team fight possibilities as Winstrike looking to ban a couple more heroes out. Wondering whether this is going to be the position 1 or position 3 Razor though. So we'll have to see what Winstrike think. They ban out the Mars, so they think this is going to be the position 1 Razor. So they are looking to ban out offlaners. What else could you be taking away? Tide has fallen out of favour recently. So what have we seen in the offlane? Night Stalker wouldn't be too bad, being able to get on top of the Invoker or the Bane with the Crippling Fear. Though you would have to watch out for the Beastmaster Roar. The Spirit Breaker as well, being able to charge onto the Bane if you have vision but not in range once that Fiend's Grip starts to come out. There is a lot of there's a lot of disruption coming through on the side of
5 seconds
Gambit.
remaining.
I'm doing okay. Some technical issues, but it looks like I haven't missed too much because this looks like a pretty generic draft aside from the first pick Marana.
Dire team ban.
How the Marana is getting a lot more popular.
You muted yourself?
Is it even now?
Yes.
Oh, we both was okay. I was just making sure it was unmuted on both sides. Yeah. So yeah, the Marana is getting a lot more popular at the minute. Starting to build up steam with heroes like the Bane, the Invoker that offer some way to some secure way to land that arrow.
Yeah, I love to see all of these new heroes becoming popular. Just at the end of a patch, still so much is happening.
Yeah, and I mean, the DPC goes on break. I think it's tomorrow. I think there's a couple more matches tomorrow, but after that, DPC's on break. That's prime time for a new patch. Or at least it would be for me. And
in a patch before Christmas? What would be a better gift?
Exactly, we just got the battle pass as well. Everybody can spend the time figuring out new heroes and spamming them for the cavern crawls. But
oh, they pick up Ursa. Interesting. It's decent against Razor. It's not fantastic against any of these other heroes, though. Because they have a lot of mobility and a lot of disables.
And what do you think that... I mean, Winstrike are banning out offlaners here. What do you think Gambit go for in response? Because it is now known that it's going to be coming up against the Ursa. Is there anything that you like that...
You may now select your heroes.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's not something I'd expect to be seeing, but, welcome surprise.
Yeah, offlane CK. Should be fun.
Yeah, and, I mean, looking at this lineup here from Gambit, we can see, obviously, Smile Knight's going to be on the Razor, but how does Chaos Knight play up against the hack on this Ursa?
Well, in the lane, not too well, I'm afraid. He's gonna get clapped. But then, in the mid game, I think it's a pretty decent matchup. That being said, I think the hack is probably gonna go for a Battle Fury.
Yeah. Okay. And is there anything that the Chaos Knight can do to make this lane a little bit better? Like,
It's not the absolute worst because he is gonna have either a Spirit Breaker or a Willow with him,
Yeah.
which means that's some way of covering for him if he messes up his positioning. Aside from Bane not having any kind of stuns to keep him in place, it shouldn't be the end of the world for him. He should still be able to farm, and they have some aggressive potential as well.
Yeah.
So it's not the worst, but it's not great either because Ursa, if he gets a good start, if they make sure they get a first few good waves, he's gonna be ahead in levels, and then you can just run at a CK, which is really scary.
Okay, well, a pause right off the bat, but so looking at these two lineups quickly, what do you think? Who's gonna win this one? Who gets the seal of approval?
So it's mid-quop against Invoker, that is fairly even. The Beastmaster could be a problem for Razor. I like the Winstrike lineup a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Winstrike.
Okay. Okay. And just to play the opposite, to make sure everybody feels included, I'm gonna go with Gambit.
Okay, okay. I mean, I don't think it's a huge outdraft.
Yeah.
Because Spirit Breaker is insanely powerful, and if Smiling Knight gets a good start on this Razor, he's gonna have a really good time in this game.
Yeah, did he have to... I mean, I assume the Spirit Breaker is going to go for a fairly early Ags, so there's going to be a lot of control that can come out onto the Ursa, even if he does go for that BKB, you know, when the status resist is up as well, from the Enrage. So they do still have a lot of control that can come out on the Ursa, which I assume is why they picked up the Chaos Knight instead of something that maybe could have kited the Ursa a little bit easier in the lane.
Right.
I'm still interested to see how it plays out because it looks like it's going to be Pantomime 5 and Sayu 4. So you've still got the Brambles, you've still got Curse Crowns to come through in the laning stage there as well. That could make it a little bit easier against a hack.
I mean, it could also just be a 4 Spirit Breaker that's just playing from the top lane.
Yeah.
30 seconds to battle.
Чувак, никого не слушай, ты реально талант.
Some voice lines coming out, as is tradition.
How's your Russian?
It's not as good as it used to be. I'm getting back into pub games, but haven't played enough to be fluent again.
I mean, who even needs Duolingo when you've got Dota pubs?
I mean, it helps, but at the same time, you only learn swear words.
I was gonna
And
say.
when you go to Russia, you're gonna get your ass beat if you speak like they do in Dota.
Force does get hit by the Brambles. Didn't actually throw an arrow there, not trying to secure that rune, just needs to get himself away.
Чувак,
So
никого не слушай, ты реально талант.
the Marauder and the
Никого не слушай, ты
Beastmaster
реально талант.
in this off lane, how does this feel? How comfortable is this as a lane coming up against the Razor Spirit Breaker?
Should be a lot of fun. Gambit doesn't have great tools of dealing with the boys, so Beast should have free reign for the most part. And there is definitely kill potential with just the boys slow into arrow.
Okay, well, the leash comes out almost straight away onto Notice. Smiling Knight, is he going to try and close this gap? The ball's doing a little bit of damage there to him as well. Just Pantomime, just trying to do his best. And, I mean, he's gone for the bash at level 1, which is fairly standard at the minute. No charge to follow up. So, Notice, he's going to have, as long as he's playing around the boards, like you say, he's going to have a bit of free reign here. As the leash, obviously going to be another 20 seconds or so before that comes off cooldown. And first hit bash. Okay, what a way to start the game.
I love how Force Major went for like agility items as well, just to boost his right click. Oh, is he gonna get the career?
Maybe if we're not...
Not quite.
Yeah. No third bash in a row though. The arrow comes out just to clean up that range creep. And it's going alright on the side of it in terms of harass. Bottom lane though, they're going to be able to pick up the first blood on the Bane. Brambles do come through. I think that was just a Chaos Bolt there as well to follow up. And now the Reality Rift does come out.
Yeah, we discussed it briefly, but this lane has a lot of kill potential. Chaos Bolt is an amazing tool to set up the Brambles. And if you position it right with the Reality Rift, you can even drag people back in. So you can go for a stun into Bramble Mace and then they run away and you Reality Rift and drag them back into the Bramble Mace and you get 2 procs. It's
Yeah.
pretty great.
And with Bane only having 640 health, 2 procs is going to be about half of his health pool. And then you put the Curse Bolt on top, a couple of right clicks. Even coming through now with the armor reduction on the Reality Rift, I mean 4 armor reduction when your Bane has 4 armor. That's a lot of damage that can potentially be spat out in the space of about 5 seconds. Speaking about spitting out damage in 5 seconds, the Brambles comes through onto the Ursa. Ursa is going to be able to get himself away. Nightmare and no Shadow Realm to follow up. Maybe not enough damage there to think he'll be able to secure the kill. So the hack, he takes a lot of damage, having to take the salve there from Seneko as well.
We spoke about having a good first few waves for Winstrike being so crucial. And looking at the CS, it appears like they haven't been successful there. So this is no longer going to be a very fun lane for an Ursa at all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see how the rest plays out. Looking at the mid lane as well, Meloduel's been taking a lot of harass. He does have that bottle up now as well as one of the runes. But Invoker, it is going to be the Quaswax build that we all know and love. Tornadoes, EMPs, Cold Snaps, and so on and so on and so on. So Queen actually opting for a point into the Blink, 2 points into the Blink, no points into the Shadow Strike. As the Tornado does connect, but no follow-up. Okay. Top lane. Beastmaster's taking a lot of damage. Smiling Knight just couldn't get that last right click on him as well, so 30 health. Now he could be in trouble as that Starstorm 8 seconds away. The Plasma Field does connect. Force Major. It's going to be charge. And Spirit Breaker as well as... I mean, they get the trade off. But Spirit Breaker... He's going to be fine with that, I think. Some solo XP. You know, the Razor did get the kill as well before Force Majeure went down.
Oh,
Even going to be able to
the
get the bash. Doesn't have that mana for charge. Does he want to pop the Clarity? He does, so he's going to be able to go for the point blank charge now as well. One more right click. Arrow does connect, but he's still... Pantomime, he's not fast enough to catch up to Noticed. So it looks like Pantomime just has to back himself away. Plasma Field does actually cancel off the salve there as well. So Beastmaster having to use the last of his regen.
That was such a ballsy play by Noticed. And he almost got punished for it with death, but he just gets punished for it by having his self cancelled, which is fine. He has Tangos and he has a Helm of Iron Will as well.
Yeah, and the Helm, like, it's going to get him up pretty much to full health now. Look at that, with the Tango up to 16 regen a second.
And he needs this because he was kind of suffering in terms of CS.
Yeah. Yeah, only 13 last hits. Even with, he's leveled the boars a couple of times, so he's looking for those to get the last hits in. But yeah, when the Plasma Field starts to come out, it is pretty hard.
With this start, it's gonna be very hard for Winstrike to get things done. They're really gonna have to rely on this Ursa getting fat somehow. Because Invoker is not a hero that solo carries games if he goes for Quaswax.
Yeah.
So they need this bottom lane to go well for them eventually.
Yeah, well, Seneko, are they going to try and make a move here? Because Reality Rift does come through. That Chaos Strike now as well. The Brambles do get dropped. He's going to try and keep himself healthy with the stick. Nightmare going to be used. Are they able to do the damage? Because they've got no way to get this Nightmare off unless they attack him. Well, the Brain Sap. Shadow Realm, is it going to be enough damage now as well? They can come back in with a second Chaos Bolt. The Shadow Realm actually goes on to hack. So Seneko keeping himself alive. Chaos Bolt though onto the Ursa. Was that Reality Rift? Do they want to try and throw out the damage? The hack just going to back himself away. Going towards his power tread, so he's going to have a little bit more movement speed once that Ban of Elven Skin does come out. Seneko even getting a bit cheeky here. No, the blink comes up from Meloduel. Whereas that Brain Sap, is it going to be enough damage? Meloduel does have the 2 charges in the bottle. The right clicks now as well. So the Mango's coming through from Bane. Tornado, it's going to not connect. Just a literal inch short. And Meloduel does survive 50 health though. Gets himself out with the bottle charges. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Noticed and Pantomime getting aggressive on each other. But it looks like Pantomime just trying to go boar hunting here more than he is for Beastmaster.
And the 2 points in Blink for Meloduel really paid off there. He would have died with level 1 Blink and more points in Shadow Strike.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, yeah, I suppose when you're coming up against the Invoker here with that much control, it is better to play it safe. As Doldrin's not doing too bad. He has the second most last hits
Dire's top tower
in the
is
game
under
now as well. He's
attack.
already got himself the Urn of Shadows. I think that's actually the Midas coming out to him. No, it's just Boots. Yeah, I thought he started on the Midas already. So, I wouldn't have been surprised to see a Glove of Haste coming out for him.
Looks like the Hawk is indeed gonna be going for a Battle Fury, so no huge surprises there.
Yeah.
He recognizes that he is the win condition for his team, so you can't really risk going for aggressive items and then being shut down and just instantly losing the game, because there is so much weight on his shoulders.
And does Gambit then just try and crowd him out of his own jungle, or ward it, keep an eye on him? The Razor Rift does come through, but just as a bit of a warning, I guess. Yeah. So once because he's not going to have the fastest Battle Fury in the world here now as well. There's going to be the TP from the Invoker. Doran Brambles do actually hit onto Seneko. So yeah, what's Gambit's game plan? Just to shut the hack down, or do they need to shut the hack down? Do they need to look to get aggressive and take some early map control?
I don't think they're specifically gonna focus on shutting down the Hawk, because if the game is even, they're gonna have an advantage, or like a slight advantage. So if they just get farm on their own heroes, like the Razor gets items, the Quop gets farmed, and the CK can do CK things, they're gonna be in a really good position.
Okay, Meljul still able to blink away there from the Cold Snap, the Tornado, even the arrow connecting there from Force Majeure. Bottom laner, I think we're about to get the kill onto the hack once again. I think that's actually going to be the Phantasm being used now as well. So the hack pops that Enrage. Is he going to be able to get himself away? Maybe try and deny himself to neutrals, but the neutrals are busy at the minute. So the Illusion just trying to chase, give vision. Do they have that Reality Rift, Chaos Ball? Anything to close the gap to hack? Just going to be going around, breaking some angles. Breaking some ankles as well. But the Brambles get dropped, and the neutrals should get the last hit.
Such a nice jump.
It's not a win, but it's not a loss either, so the hack gonna be fine with that. Meanwhile, they did get the kill onto Pantomime on the top lane. Dodron picks it up with a rotation through. And Smiling Knight just needs to back himself away. So what's noticed, guys? He's got himself the Seta Tormentor, so he's gonna be able to do a lot of damage to the creeps. Maybe push onto this tier 1 tower. With Dodron here as well, he doesn't have any points into the exhort, so no Forge Spirits to come out, but he's still got... Well, the charge, is it actually going to come all the way through here from Pantomime?
I doubt it. Ooh, this is really risky. If he got Tornado there, he would have died. It doesn't look like Dodron was really paying attention.
Yeah, just playing it back safe. So Pantomime, he does have the lane XP. I say the lane XP. There's no real creeps showing at the minute. He still has to play back with 3 heroes around here. Has to play away from this tier 1 tower. Tornado comes out. Actually, was the arrow to follow up? Is it going to be the point blank one? It will connect. There's going to be the leap into the Starstorm now. Pantomime. Dodron will be able to pick up that kill. And the tier 1 tower would probably shortly follows the fall.
Ooh, Seneko almost got caught in the bottom lane, but managed to TP out. And so much pressure now from Gambit as well on this bottom lane. Obviously, they're not gonna push as fast as a Beastmaster plus an Invoker, but still.
Well, Invoker's going to TP down. Tornado does come out now as well. There's no Fiends with only level 5 onto the Banes, and Brambles go as well as that Chaos Ball. It looks like the Cold Snap's doing a lot of damage to Afterlife. Are they going to be able to follow up here? Chaos Crown has been used to charge onto Seneko from the dire side of the map. It's going to be a long one. Seneko is going to be able to get himself away from this because Queen's looking to pick off a couple of kills. Dodron, though, invis. Any reveal to come through on this? There's not. Dodron. Central Ward has been used. Sonic Wave, but he uses the Fairy Fire, he uses his sticks, he uses everything to keep him healthy. It's not going to be enough.
Oh, that Arcane Rune with level 4 Blink and Scream of Pain was so insane. And this is why you skip Shadow Strike some games.
Yeah.
Just having this amount of mobility this early in the game is insane. Like a 4.2 second, 1300 range blink? Yes, please.
Yeah, even getting a little bit of boost from the Fairy's Trinket, the extra spell damage and the mana cost reduction. Really plays nice with the Queen of Pain. And it looks like it's going to be... Oh, we missed out on this, but it's going to be the Sanjin Kai coming out there for the Queen of Pain as well.
Yeah, classic build. Winstrike taking advantage of their lineup and going for a quick Roche. You don't need lifesteal on Ursa when you can just arrow the Roche and have a Beastmaster creeps tank it.
Yeah.
So 11-minute Roche. Some games it takes until like 25 minutes, but not for Winstrike.
And some good itemization now for the Ursa. He's got himself the Power Treads, the Broadsword and the Claymore coming out. So it could actually be a Battle Fury back on track for about 14-15 minutes.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Meanwhile, Force Majeure just being a bit of a living ward though. Scouting out Knight. Knight, does he want to carry on going? Because there is going to be the charge of the leap away. Arrow's going to be a point blank connect, but the Nether Strike forcing Force Majeure back into the path of Knight, and Knight will be able to pick up the kill with the static blink. Picks up a little bit more damage there as well. Even pop the Eye of the Storm for that.
I guess Force Majeure didn't want to commit 3 leaps. See, he had them.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's a lot of spells though, just for a position 4, you know, a Nether Strike, the Eye of the Storm coming out.
I think it's fine. Both Nether Strike and Eye of the Storm don't have such a long cooldown. And especially Eye of the Storm is kind of a pretty shit spell, honestly.
You're really not a fan of that spell, are you? Seneko. Nightmare gets used, but the Queen of Pain's going to be trying to blink in now as well with Brambles, and Seneko is going to be able to get himself away from this. Tries, but he's not going to be able to. And the charge onto Force Majeure down to the low ground with that leap. Okay, so Marana is away. Beastmaster has that roar available going towards the Helm of the Overlord. Already has the Dominator out, we can see, with that Centaur Conqueror.
Isn't it crazy how a hero like Razor, who has 2 of the worst spells in the game, with Storm Surge and Eye of the Storm, is still a good hero?
Yeah.
If you compare Eye of the Storm to other ultimates and Storm Surge to any spell that is not Degen Aura, they're pretty shit. But it's just that Static Link and Plasma Field are really good.
I mean, the Eye of the Storm, once you get the refresher up, okay, item dependent, I guess you put an asterisk next to it, but Eye of the Storm's still pretty good, and it combos well with Storm Surge to chase heroes down and keep them in range of it. Plus,
Yeah, it's an example where the hero is greater than the sum of his parts.
yeah,
Чувак, никого не слушай, ты реально
and I suppose using it as a farming tool as well, like we just saw the Razor do after, you know, it doesn't stop at just being able to kill heroes. But yeah, no, it is pretty, I mean, Storm Surge is pretty wank as a spell. But
See a
you know
charge
what's
coming
not
out.
bad? The charge onto Force Majeure dodges off the arrow. I love that. That just he has the vision, so it's just, well, I can stop it in its tracks because you have to run in a straight line. There's no serpentining when you're in the middle of a charge of darkness. And as long as you get the vision, you can deny Pantomime the charge.
Let's see, CK has an Armlet, gonna go for an SMY next, so no Midas shenanigans for him.
Yeah. And the hack does have that Battle Fury, so yeah, about 14 minutes in, working on that Blink Dagger now as well. Oh, Queen of Pain grouping up with Sayu, looking for rotation ganks. I mean, how does this play out now? Because he's already got the Kaya. Is this just his job at the minute? It's just to rotate around with one of the supports and just look for kills?
That's definitely a good option. He doesn't have to though.
Yeah.
One of the advantages of going for this Kaya build is that your farming is actually pretty decent as well, because all of your spells are cheaper and deal more damage. And together with the null talismans, you actually farm really fast as a quop.
Yeah.
He has 125 CS at 15 minutes, which is quite insane, really. All of Gambit is farming really well.
Top lane, they're going to be able to go into Pantomime. The arrow does connect, leap into the Starstorm, and, well, the hack tried to get that last right click, but noticed, and as well as Force Majeure, just did a little bit too much damage before he got there. And still, though, how does Gambit, because we can see Winstrike being able to push down towers with, obviously, being able to use the Overpower, the Beastmaster, and pretty much everything the Beastmaster does as well, but how can Gambit get into these buildings? You know, what's their answer? Or what's their equivalent?
Eventually they're gonna have a lot of push with the Chaos Knight and the Razor. For now it's all quite slow.
Yeah.
But they just wanna take the fights that they can take and just take this game pretty slow. Which is weird to say because they have some really aggressive heroes.
Oh, well, they were able to pick up another kill there onto the Marana. Mid lane being pushed out once again by Smiling Knight. Beastmaster needs to be careful. Pantomime. I mean, I suppose he doesn't. No, he doesn't have the roar. He'd already used the roar on the last gank out. Yeah. Onto Pantomime to set that one up. And the hack's not too far away from the blink as well. I think he'll be able to... The Hack's just able to get himself away with that little leap on the Earthshock there as well. So... yeah, he has that little... I mean, even with the Possess Mask, it's just a whole lot of survivability here for the Ursa.
Ooh, gets a Brigand's Blade now as well. It's quite nice.
Yeah, extra damage on top. And looking at Tsuneko now, Tsuneko's not really got too much, but he does have the Fiend's Grip. Should he be grouping up with the Beastmaster with the Marana, looking for those quick rotations, or just the deep rotations?
As long as they don't overcommit too much, can do pretty much anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Double damage.
Doran as well. Went back for the Hand of Midas. Going to be going straight towards the Ag Scepter. Yes. Well, we might see a little bit of a skirmish here. There is an Ancient Black Dragon up as well as a Hawk. Hawk is going to scout. Is he going to see? Okay. Pantomime is in vision.
Looks like it's slightly outside of the sentry range, so that's quite nice.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He's got himself the phase switch now as well. Yeah, so just an extra little bit of an early warning system here. As noticed, his tank's back. It looks like Gambit, they're going to be grouping up here to try and take this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. And Winstrike just let this go, right? They don't need to worry about a mid tier 1.
Yeah, for sure. They're just gonna keep pressuring this top tier 2. If Gambit committed for the mid tier 2, then Winstrike would have defended for sure.
Yeah.
But Gambit's not gonna take that risk, and rightfully so. Mid tier 2 is a very risky tower to push, because there are a lot of angles of engagement for the enemy team.
Yeah, true. And I suppose, I mean, they're only coming up to 19 minutes into it. There's still some items they want to farm up. So, like you say, they don't want to overextend and give anything away. As Afterlife working towards that, Yasha already has that Sanj out. Should be able to break that. Does he break that down into a Halberd Manta style later on in the game? Or is that just going to be the item slot, just the Sanj and Yasha?
I think Halberd plus Manta is really nice, especially against the Ursa. Just extra kiting is so nice.
Well, top lane. Noticed hasn't really left this part of the map, and he's still, what, 5th in net worth, so it's not playing awfully for him. He's able to put pressure onto the tier 2 anytime that the rest of Gambit move away. Speaking about moving away, where's Pantomime going? He looks like he's just trying to do some warding here. Gets an obs and a sentry down.
It's so nice to play these tanky position 5s. Because you can just be so aggressive, and if the enemy engages on you, you're like, alright. It's gonna take you a lot of resources though, so good luck with that one.
Marana didn't get the arrow off. His Pantomime got the charge in, so gave up the life
They
there.
stopped each other. The
Did
arrow did go off.
Oh yeah, no, he did it. He actually threw it out. Yeah, it was a point blank connection then.
So that happened in the same frame, which is insane. Like, you can stun each other with like 2 instant spells, but the timing needs to be exactly correct.
And
I think he was dead either way though, because
Yeah.
there was another strike, but still, it's very interesting to see.
yeah, it's one of those things that, you know, you can put it in the collector's book. As Beastmaster, they must now know there's some vision around here though. You know, try and get some D-wards out.
Ooh, Roche gets pinged out.
Are they gonna go in?
Looks like it. Ooh,
I mean, there's a Hawk
did
there.
they see the Hawk?
Maybe there's going to be a charge up onto the high ground now as well, so they are definitely going to be able to see notice was that Feed's going to come out on. Actually going to be onto the Chaos Knight roll now as well, as they get themselves a good Cataclysm, doing a lot of damage. So it looks like Winstrike going to be able to turn this fight around. They've already lost the Razor. Who else are they going to be able to take down? Spirit Breaker goes down to Hack, trying to clear these illusions now as well. Backline, so it looks like Meljul gets a kill into Force Majeure, trying to go into the Roche Pit, maybe to deny himself. No, the Urn charge does come out onto Afterlife to Hack, able to blink forward, and Dodran gets that kill, charging to Tsuneko. But I'm surprised with the buyback if they want to carry on going onto this. Queen of Pain using a lot of spells, even that Sonic Wave could be going, yeah, so the Brambles do come out. Maybe the Terrorize as well once Roche gets a little bit more pummeled. But You have to be so
Was-
quick because look at how quickly Ursa does this.
That was such a sick Aghanims reveal from the Invoker, just absolutely destroying the Razor. Couldn't even press his BKB in time. Just got absolutely removed from the game.
Yeah, and this puts the momentum fairly in Winstrike's favour now as well. The hack, he's got himself his second Roche. The Aghanim shard as well at pre-25 minutes. So he's going to be able to, basically for free. Or literally for free. As
And I've spoken about this combination of Beastmaster Invoker before at length. And this is the scary timing where you have the Helm of the Overlord, you have Invoker with one item, and a carry that can absorb all of the juice. So both the Alacrity and the Inner Beast gonna be empowering any carry you have. And Ursa is definitely a strong hero here.
yeah, and the ability, like you say, just to absorb the damage with the Enrage, but now with the Earthshock, that shard, you know, it's just going to make it so much harder to control the Ursa in these fights. He's even going to go for the BKB afterwards, so yes, you are at some point going to be able to drag him back in the Reality Rift through the spell immunity, but that's a level 20 talent there for the Chaos Knight. That's still another, what, good 5-6 minutes away?
Yeah, and I don't think the Chaos Knight is big enough to really be a threat for this Ursa. Because Ursa currently can just stand and fight and kill the illusions with overpower.
Yeah, we saw it in that
Afterlife
fight.
is... Yeah, he's not at a point yet where he can actually really threaten the Ursa. He needs more. He needs the blink and he needs like a height on top of it, and maybe then he can become a threat. Because they really picked this CK to be impactful in these mid-game team fights, and so far it hasn't really paid off too much. He did okay in lane, but afterwards his impact has been limited.
Well, he's got the Blink Dagger queued up, so he is starting onto that. The smoke is going to fade here from Dahak and Force Majeure as well. They were looking for a kill, but everybody just hid themselves. Yeah, a decent ward here when the smoke broke as well from the side of Gambit. So they might be able to make a move onto Force Majeure now as well. He's going to try and leap himself away. I don't know if he knows the charge is going to come in. I don't think he has a turn. He has the Yules. Doesn't even need to turn an arrow. So now Force has another layer of protection here once he does, or if he is charged, as the hack. Double damage rune halfway through, has the basher, and not too far away from the BKB as well. What, about 1500 gold, give or take?
And I have no idea how Gambit's gonna stop a BKB Ursa with Shite.
Do you... I mean, I suppose that you could go for a basher, but the only real hero that carries it is the Chaos Knight. The Chaos Knight wants the Blink Dagger, like you were saying. He wants the survivability in the heart. There's so much that the Chaos Knight needs to pick up, and I don't think he's going to have the time to pick it up.
Wait, you've never seen Basher Razor? Come on, man. Pay attention.
Unfortunately, no, I've never been graced with the good favour of the Razor Basher.
One day we'll see it. So let's see, there is a Yules on Willow, which is really nice because Yules is one of those items that doesn't get affected by status resistance.
Yeah.
So you can use it on an Ursa and he's gonna be in the air for 2.5 seconds no matter what. I mean, unless he gets Aghanims and presses ulti during the duration, but you know, no matter what. Ooh, Melajul sniping some couriers. Is he gonna ulti for it? No. Come on, man.
I mean, is that something that you do, even as a Queen of Pain?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
For sure.
They could have
It's
got
like,
Afterlife and maybe send him to the Afterlife. He's just stuck in there, yeah, there's no way out. Even his own creeps block him in. So he tries to go for the reality of trying to get the kill at least onto Force, but Force, with his own Yule Scepter, will be able to keep himself alive.
Чувак, никого не слушай, ты реально талант.
And I'm sure that's really insightful there from Seneko.
But yeah, ulting couriers is definitely worth it as Queen of Pain. Gives like a 400 gold to your team, which is similar to getting a kill.
Yeah, and you know, it's only the 125 second cooldown or so on the ultimate, so yeah, 100% worth.
For sure.
As
Why else would you use it? It's a farming tool, right?
exactly.
killing enemy heroes is farming. Killing enemy couriers is farming as well, so sounds good.
Speaking about farming, Elsa trying to go onto the Dark Willow now as well, but Sayu with the Yule Scepter on the Brambles keeps the hack away. The arrow's going to fly through. It is going to be off the mark though, not actually connecting to anyone. Meanwhile, this is going on. Dodrin's just going to straight push out this bottom lane with the catapults, the Forge Spirits as well. So this tier 1 tower probably won't stand after this push. Because if anybody comes down to try and defend it, they're going to be... I mean, gone on by the Invoker. There's an Ursa close by as well, so they can't really defend this. At least at tier 1 they can't defend. Okay. Even the Alacrity on Kati though.
Yeah, Invoker is so good at pushing.
Dire's bottom tower has
I think he's one of the best pushing mids in the game.
Queens.
Haven't seen too many kills here.
Arrow's
Ooh,
going to be
Melajul.
close, but no cigar there.
Doesn't have a BKB, but Dodron lost vision there.
Yeah. So, another Alacrity on the Kati once again, just to do this tier 2 tower damage. Are they going to try and defend? Because it looks like they might try and wrap and smoke.
Radiant are scanning.
Who would they give out to fine with this? Plasma Field doesn't actually connect onto anybody. Can they go further? How's that? I mean, the Aegis is gone now, so they might be able to go the Nether Strike now onto the Beastmaster. Notice he has been noticed Reality Earth back, but once again, Cataclysm going to be able to delete
Oh my
2-3
goodness.
heroes to drag back. It's only going to be onto the Phantasm Illusion, and now Notice still alive will be able to get the Urn there. The regen coming through from the Helm of the Overlord, and 2 out of the 3 cores from the side of Winstrike can just carry on pushing. It looks like Force Majeure and Dodron just want to TP themselves away.
Razor has this BKB refresher, he can just never use it because he keeps getting rolled into Cataclysm and oh no, Melajul.
Fiend's Grip, the arrow to connect as well, so much damage. And yeah,
This is starting to get into Pepe Hands territory
it's
for
not
Gambit.
great. Yeah, it's not great. Even
Now
Afterlife
they're
just,
gonna lose bottom racks as well. Not sure if Quap buyback is even gonna stop this.
Afterlife tries to get in. Chaos Bolt comes out into the Beastmaster. Do they have the... Going to be able to use the Terrorize. So they get the kill onto the Beastmaster. Yule Scepter. Onto the Queen of Pain. Force. Do they have the chase here? Plasma Field won't actually connect. And Force has another leap in the next 3 seconds with that Moonlight Shadow.
Okay, now Queen of Pain buyback definitely did stop that. Very nice, going for the initiation first and then buying back, not to scare anyone. Because it did cost the Quap Shivas. She's gonna have it in another 300 gold or so though.
Yeah, so it's not like it was a major road bump there for the Queen of Pain. Another couple of jungle stacks. In fact, I think jungle stack in this next creep wave as well if he wants to move down for it. And Melajul should be able to pick up the Blast Rig first because he has a full inventory. But yeah, should be able to pick up the Shivas here, like you say. Not too far off.
Surprised she's not keeping the Blast Rig. I guess it's good on Razor as well.
Would you not want to give it to Chaos Knight with him being the one that seems to be doing a lot of the initiation at the minute?
I would put it either on Quap or Razor because it really protects them from Ursa jumping on top of them and killing them immediately.
Okay.
Is under attack.
I don't know, but it's not even that good against Chaos. I mean, against Ursa because he can just press ulti and remove it, or even just press Urshock and remove it.
Yeah. Well,
Dire's top tower.
we'll see which way these items go. Well, speaking about which way this
Ooh,
goes,
Smiling
Knight
Knight.
might be going to the grave. Not sure where that Sunstrike was going, but Smiling Knight this time is going to be able to get that BKB off as a follow-up because there is Aurora available. There's going to be the blink onto the backlines though with that drag back. Afterlife trying to send him notice to the Afterlife. Are they going to be able to do enough damage? Beastmaster going to get really low to these brambles, but it might not be enough. The Shadow Realm Melajul doesn't get the blink, he gets the kill, but they are going to be able to take down the Razor in return. Melajul now as well. Cold Snap coming out, the Urn charges. Going to be able to blink himself into the mid lane. Going to carry on running though, has that TP if he can get himself away. On with the Urn on him. Dodron's going to be catching up. He's going to be sprinting for this in the Ghost form. And Melajul, well, Meteor will be dropped. Melajul has that blink in 2 seconds. Is it going to be enough here? Pops the Illusion Room. Still going to be able to get himself away quickly as Force Majeure gets the kill on Sayu. But Melajul, he's running a marathon and Dodron is just right next to him. Sunstrike's going to be off the mark. And Dodron, no Tornado to connect there. Queen of Pain will be able to get away.
Even with Dodron misclicking his Sunstrike and not having Cataclysm for the fight, they still won that pretty convincingly. Was a really nice Deafening Blast, making sure that Afterlife didn't immediately kill the Beastmaster there, so they still got the roar off onto the Razor, which is huge.
It's just scouting out Roche for with the Sunstrike there as well. Just illusions from the Queen of Pain hanging around. Roche, it's going to be just under a minute. Is the third one going to go the way of Winstrike? Because, I mean, they've set up for this really nicely in terms of they're just really bloody strong.
Mm-hmm. I only learned yesterday that there is actually a specific timer next to the minimap for the Roche respawn. That tells you exactly when it's going to respawn. I always just estimate it
Wingblade,
looking at the graphic.
please, Wingblade, just... What? What?
No, right? I'm not sure who it was, but one of the observers was like moving his mouse there, and I was like, damn, this is actually a thing. The more I know.
Radiant are scanning.
I see a 5-man smoke from Gambit, which does get scanned out.
Чувак, никого не слушай, ты реально
What are they
талант.
going to be able to do here? If they're going to try and go for the engage over, there's going to be the Earthshock straight away to get that and a Cataclysm once again. It's not going to be doing as much damage. Knight did have that BKB off this time. The roll comes out onto the Razor. Notice he's going to get really down low. Sonic Wave going to be able to clean up. Force Majeure on the back lines. He's going to try and leap himself away, but Afterlife is up on top of the cliff. So they get 1 kill, 2 kills. Can they make it 4 as the buyback comes out there from the Mirana? Now they're going to be able to chase down into Invoker. Invoker can get himself away with the Reality Rift in the Shadow Realm. Sayu picks himself up a double kill. And this opens up, I mean, okay. Queen of Pain is dead, no buyback. There's going to be the charge in now as well, but the backline's Force Majeure. Is he going to be able to get himself away from this? Arrow will be off the mark. Plasma Steel comes in to be stunned up by the Cursed Crown. And do they have the reveal? I do think they do have the damage to take down Force, even with that leap away. One more right click. It's going to be enough with the Shadow Realm once again. Killing spree. Technically a triple kill for Sayu.
Huge fight from Gambit. Turns out that when Razor can press his spells, that tends to really help. He didn't even have to use Refresher there. Just 1 BKB, 1 Eye of the Storm was all it took.
Yeah, when he's not dead, literally straight away at the beginning of a fight.
Uh-huh.
Who would have guessed?
When your carry does something in fights and it works, PogChamp.
So they are going to be able to invade the Roche pit. Again, no Queen of Pain for the next 40 seconds, but the Mirana will be up for about the same time. Afterlife. But Scout actually gets something forward now onto Notice, but Notice with the BKB this time. Charge comes through onto the Ursa. The hack, he does still have the Enrage if he needs to use it, and Pantomime's going to be left out in the cold. Sineko picking up that kill now, opens up the window. So again, no buyback here on the Spirit Breaker. He's already used it 6.5 minutes without the buyback being available, and this just opens, it just goes the other way. Instead of protecting the Roshan, maybe waiting for the Queen of Pain to come back up, Gambit just give the momentum away.
They did have to use Invoker buyback for that one though, so that's gonna be down for a little while now. And Mirana bought back 2, and Bane also bought back, so lots of buybacks used to secure this Roche for Winstrike. And only Spirit Breaker bought back for Gambit, but he's the position 5, so who cares?
Yeah, fair enough.
Position 5s don't have value.
I mean,
Not just as heroes, but as people too.
to be brutally honest though, Wingblade, tell us what you really feel.
I feel like this Ursa is a problem. I didn't pay attention for a moment, and suddenly he has twice the money that the Razor has. It isn't like the Razor has been having a terrible game. Okay, maybe he has been. Just 3 and 5. But he has a good amount of creeps.
Yeah, 304. I mean, 304 to 331, but he is what, 2 kills behind and a lot of space as well, and 3 Roshans and probably a lot of bounty runes too.
Why is this Ursa so rich? It doesn't make sense.
Aghanim Scepter and Aghanim Shard.
Ah, yeah. That definitely skews things a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like a bonus, 6,000 net worth. Okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah, they're going to be able to make a dive here onto the Vayne. Did they get the kill? They are going to be able to take Meljewel. Pantomime gets a bash into the hack through the BKB. Roar comes out, Cataclysm once again. It's going to be a lot of damage because nobody will be able to get themselves away from that. Meljewel wasn't able to. Does Meljewel have the BKB? Doesn't have the BKB, so wasn't able to get off the slow. Now Bedlam does come through, so they're going to be able to pop the Aegis on the Ursa. He'll Scepter there onto Afterlife, but it looks like they might be able to go into the Ursa. Ursa self-out easily then, but he's going to try and Ursa. No, the pullback from the Reality Rift. He's going to be on top of the cliff, and there's going to be a lot of range damage to take him down. The hack, the bash puts him to the low ground, but he's still brought right back.
And Gambit, they keep taking these fights when so far behind and making it work.
I
One
mean,
of the best counters to big ultis like the Roar and... Well, Cataclysm is not technically an ulti, but it's kind of an ulti. One of the best counters to that is definitely just buying back. Alright, you killed me once, what now?
Dire's bottom tower
And-
has fallen.
I suppose when you're able to bounce the Ursa around like a ping pong ball on top of a cliff, you know, and he can't actually do anything because he's stun locked from Chaos Bolts, from Nether Strikes, from charges, from bash it, you know, from literally everything. That's an easy way to win a fight, apparently. You know, this comes out, the Roar's going to be there now as well. Chaos Knight, he's got himself the... Is it not? It's not going to be enough. Even with picking up... Oh, maybe it is. The Phantasm comes out. Notice he's going to be charged up. Melojules rotates around. Afterlife has to move himself away. Notice is going to try and get the TP away. Anything to break that. Damage breaks that. And Afterlife gets himself the Reaver. He's going to get close to the heart now as well. In fact, he's going to be able to pick up the heart. I'm pretty sure. Because he's already got the recipe. Yeah, he's sending the courier out to the secret shop as Melojule. Looking for the rotation, but Force Majeure should be able to TP himself away. Safe-ish. And Heart now for Afterlife. So what does... Okay, he is going to be going for the Basher, which will add to the control potential of the Ursa. Plasma Field comes out. Force Majeure TPs into the wrong place at the wrong time. And 3 heroes from the side of Gambit pick up a kill.
It's all falling apart.
It's...
Winstrike crumbling.
Radiant structures.
I
I
mean,
mean, it definitely didn't help that Dodran, because of his nice cataclysms, had some kind of power trip where he felt he could go for a refresher orb. So he bought a Perseverance and then died like twice instantly in a fight due to being silenced. And then he realized that, hey, I may need a BKB.
yeah, he's got it queued up now. He's not too far away from needing about another 1,000 gold or so to be able to pick that up. But if Gambit can take another couple of
Radiant's
fights
top tower is
before
under
then,
attack.
you know, just slow him right down on that
Radiant's top
BKB.
tower has fallen.
I mean, they're only 7k now with... What's the swing bin on this? What's the peak bin in terms of gold here for the side of Winstrike? Just over 15k. And it's been dragged right back down to 7k.
Winstrike is still slightly favored. If they can get their initiations off, I still think they have a very good chance of taking this game. But Gambit, they're looking better and better. And if we go to the super late game, I think Gambit is definitely favored. Because kiting Ursa is going to be so easy.
Do you think they'll ever get a Roshan?
Potentially, yeah. It's going to be more Aghanim Scepters and Refresher Shards for everyone. It's actually quite good on CK Aghanims. You get so many illusions. It is truly madness.
Illusion of allied heroes and additional illusions. Yeah, that probably kills not only other heroes, but my frames as well.
Uh-huh. It just makes 5 extra illusions. Because it's global.
Is that how you win? You just make the enemy team time out and kill them while they're disconnected?
Uh-huh. You just buy Refresher and you send like 19 illusions at the enemy base. And you don't, like, it's not like the illusions are super strong or anything. You just kill their frame rate. That being said, I don't think Phantasm illusions stack. Like, if you create a new batch, I think the previous one disappears.
So it's like Exorcism and not Eye of the Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, Dota consistency, isn't it lovely?
Yeah, yeah. I found that out the hard way one time playing mid Death Prophet, and I'm like really ahead, so I bought a refresher. Like, I'm gonna pop 2 exorcisms at once. Nobody's ever gonna be able to stand near me. And the first one disappears. I was like, oh, okay.
Ah, never mind.
That's fine. That's fine.
Those harsh lessons, they stick with you though. But it's weird how some heroes like Leshrac, for instance, can stack the Diabolic Edict, which is basically like Exorcism. So why is it different? Explain to me, Ice Frog.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's just Dota.
It's just
That's
Dota.
what keeps drawing us in.
Yeah.
Just learning new things every single day. Like the Roche timer, which is pretty embarrassing and I should have known about before, but hey.
It was. Do
I'm a
you even
person.
read patch notes, bro? It was in a long list of patch notes. It was the.
Radiant's middle tower.
You think I can read?
No time to read. Must play Dota.
I am a Huskar player. I cannot read.
I mean, Pantomim's got the Shadow Blade now. He's got the spider legs, the phase boots. What else does he need? He is literally a go fast boy.
He literally is a go fast boy. Now he needs Aghanims as well because he's still so slow. Look at him. 1238 movement speed. Pathetic.
Yeah, what is this 1400 movement speed I've been seeing being talked about, where he's literally from one side of the map to the other in
Radiant
2
are
seconds?
scanning.
He needs to get his head in the game. Come on, Pantomime. Get it together.
Yeah, Chaos Knight picked up the heart. Melojule actually went for the Lincolns over the BKB. Is level 25 as well, so has that technically second Lincolns as Pantomime, looking to just scout out around the Roche pit. Roche is going to be way too far from respawning now. It's going to be at least another 2 minutes or so before it does come back up.
I really hate the Lincolns on Melojule.
Yeah?
Not because I think it's a bad decision. I think it's very good this game, but it's gonna inspire people watching this to skip BKBs and buy Lincolns instead, and that just triggers me to no end.
Well, I suppose it's very, for everybody watching out there, it is very match dependent. There is a Fiend's Grip and a Roar that he can block that both Lincolns are good for, but
Oh,
yeah.
don't add nuance. Just say it's trash. Don't buy Lincolns. It's bad. It's gonna lose you 2 ranks instantly.
But I only have 2 ranks.
Feels bad, man. Then you can buy Lincolns.
That's the thing, at the bottom it doesn't matter, because what have I got to lose? And Us actually picked up the Monkey King, but has the Witchbane there as well, so he's going to have another purge.
Uh-huh. Witchbane is actually really good this game. Deals a ton of damage to the Quap as well, like 95 damage.
Yeah, just looking through, yeah, the Queen of Pain does have the biggest mana pool to draw the damage from.
Radiant are scanning.
And then you have CK sitting at 700.
He's just like, this item is literally useless against me.
Yep.
The scan comes out, they know there's someone here in the side jungle, but they're just a bit worried to make a move in case it's the entire enemy team, but it's only Pantomime. Arrow will fly through by his whisk as it doesn't connect, but what will connect is going to be to hack with his right clicks. At least he has his buyback back now.
Where did that arrow come from? Did he know?
Yes.
Did they know that he was there?
So they scanned into that part of for the forest and the trees.
Alright.
So yeah, they had a rough idea, and I guess they just threw the arrow for the vision, and they saw. Brambles do come through onto Bane. I think we'll be able to follow this one up with the reality of the Chaos Bolt now as well. Even the Shadow Realm, it's going to be a lot of damage. It's going to be the instant buyback from the Bane, but the gem is on the deck. The slowdown, it's going to be a good Sonic Wave. Cleans up Melojule cleans up Force Mage, excuse me. It's Pantomime. He cancels the charge. Hawk will be dealt with there as well. Gem on the Queen of Pain. So,
So
Roche.
Sonic Wave and Phantasm are down right now, which leaves a bit of an opening for Winstrike, but they lost 2 heroes and only one of them bought back, so it's gonna be a 4v5, which is definitely not ideal for Winstrike, because having the supports providing control is so important for an Ursa, who can really only right-click.
And what do they? Because I mean, they have 30 seconds. Roche is going to be back up in the next 10. Do Gambit just want to? Oh, Shadow Realm comes out. Is he going to be able to get himself out alive here? So yeah, Curse Crown going to be used under hack as well. So he just gets stunned up, but there's not going to be any follow up. So do Gambit just want to be guarding this until their ultimates are back up, or do you think they hard commit for the Roche?
I think they can afford to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Sonic Wave is gonna be up in 35, Phantasm is gonna be up right now.
Okay. That's the Basher back for the Chaos Knight now as well. Ursa gets instantly bashed by Roche. Yeah, Pantomime's going to be coming in invis. They do see it. The Hack's going to get it really low. The Brambles and the Terrorize. I think we'll be able to snatch this one out. The charge comes through. It's still going to go the way of the Hack. Now, has he got anything else from this? Looks like he got the Refresher. What else did he grab? The Aghanim's Blessing as well. Cataclysm comes out. Melody could be taking a lot of damage. He popped the Aegis. The Queen of Pain able to get away with the Blink. The Hack pops the BKB. He's just going to run. Are they going to be able to go into Afterlife now as well? Do they have the control? Static Limp comes out, so they're going to be trying to drain the damage from the Hack. But Afterlife is going to get really darn low. Do they have the control with that Nether Strike once again? The Hack going to try and TP himself out. The Marana goes down once again. Doesn't have the buyback available. No bash from Pantomime. And the death of the Chaos Knight, so there's no actual bash there as well. Lincoln's popped on the Invoker. So turning the BKB Refresher, the BKB Lincoln's trying to keep that survivability up.
I think Winstrike may be in trouble. Like, even with the Ursa having an Aegis, he just doesn't really feel that relevant anymore.
Yeah.
He just gets completely kited, and there is 3 heroes on Gambit that can go toe-to-toe with him.
Okay. Well, the Aghanim's Blessing got passed off here to the Beastmaster, so he has these axes on 0 cooldown that you can just keep throwing out to clear out creep waves, which is a bit of a nightmare actually for pushing high ground. Did they... What's... just observers. Just seeing if they gave the Invoker the Refresher Shard. Because I'm pretty sure the Ursa picked that up. He might have used it himself actually in that fight.
Yeah, I think he did.
Okay. Well, he's got the buy shop. I mean, he's got enough gold for the Abyssal Blade if he wants to buy it out here as well. So that's going to be some more guaranteed lockdown coming through from Ursa. So he buys out the recipe. Going to be able to send his courier to the side shop now. Pick up the last 2 pieces of that Vanguard. And how scary is this? I mean, you were saying the Hack is the win condition. So is there a specific hero he needs to target down with this Abyssal Blade first before this fight, once this fight does kick off?
Ideally, you kill supports with it. It's pretty much pointless against all of the quests because half of them have Lincolns.
Yeah.
And you don't really have another way to pop it. So ideally, you would kill the Dark Willow at the start of the fight because she provides a lot of control in relation to how squishy she is. But if you can catch something like a CK, he's definitely killable as well. He has like 5k HP if he presses his armlet, but he doesn't have a Lincoln's. You are an Ursa after all, and Ursa's like hitting high HP targets.
Yeah. I always love that when you've got your armlet on and the heart, and it's just that constant tick of health. It makes you feel like, yeah, you can't do anything to me. It's just the amount of regen that he's got, over 100 regen.
Gambit's still very hesitant to make plays. Do they really want to wait for the next Roche? Or are they just gonna wait for Winstrike to show on lanes?
Maybe, because they've won fights, they've just taken off an Aegis off the Ursa as well, so they know they can win fights. They have that opening up, but there's going to be all 5 heroes from Winstrike grouped up here. Maybe looking to... Or maybe not with the axes flying through, but maybe to try and ambush Gambit, who are just playing it safe. So, the charge coming through from the Spirit Breaker as well, I guess they're just trying to push out the lanes and keep Winstrike penned in now that there's no Aegis. CK using the illusions just to be able to tank the tower shots, keep these creeps pushing in the towers in both the mid and the bottom lane. It's going to be doing a lot of damage to the towers now as well, so the Hack does rotate in. And the Hack, he's kind of hitting that fully slotted, he's got his Aghanim's Blessing, the Aghanim's Shard. It's only really a Moon Shard, maybe replacing the boots at some point and a Swift Blink as well to come for him, but he's pretty much maxed out.
A lot of Gambit heroes are starting to hit this semi-6 slot position. Smiling Knight can still replace his Falcon's Blade, and Quop can replace the boots or the bottle right now. But they're starting to become very strong. And Ursa has been 6-slotted for a while, and it's not like he can improve on much. He can still buy the Swift Blink, I guess.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, they're going to try and come out, but the backside might come through from Pantomime. Pantomime's going to charge in onto Creeps, but it's going to be the dust reveal. Are they going to be able to take him down? Yulsept comes out. Where's that arrow to follow up? It's not going to connect. Maybe he doesn't get away. Didn't even get the words out of my mouth. Using that. Was that his first BKB as well? It was. So that was a 9-second BKB, and it just had 0 impact into his survivability whatsoever.
Feels bad, man. That's why I buy Lincolns and not BKB. BKB is a shit item.
Oh, the backlines are going to be able to jump into Notice. Notice is going to get himself away from this. The Roar comes out into Afterlife, but Afterlife, he's just going to be able to go. I think that was actually one of the Lincolns from Meljul, maybe, that stopped that Roar from impacting, and now the drag back onto the Ursa. Do they have the damage to take him down? I think he's already used that Enrage. So that's going to be on cooldown for the next 14 seconds to hack. The drain from the damage from Smiling Knight. Does have that buyback available. They're going to be able to go for a Yulsept now onto Mirana. Is he going to be able to get himself away from this? No, because he was locked down, hexed up, and killed off.
The Ursa has buyback, Mirana has buyback, and Bane is gonna have buyback in 20 seconds. And they are gonna need them right now, because otherwise they just lose 2 sets of racks. 2 Lincolns popped on Metajul.
The bash comes out. Is that the full Abyssal? It is onto Chaos Knight now as well. So, the blink forward, or sorry, the jump forward by Force Majeure. Arrow connects onto the Chaos Knight as well. Is he going to just, he takes absolutely no damage from that Cataclysm. Yeah, the Lincolns comes out once again just in case there's a roll to follow up. But it looks like the Beastmaster is still on cooldown for the next 40 seconds. Already used that refresher.
Yeah, that was a pretty sad Cataclysm compared to the first one.
Oh, the blink back. I think they're about to take down the Mirana. The Bramble's going to get dropped now as well. Tahak going to be caught out in them. The Force Staff away, and Meljul should be fine. In fact, he might try and go back to the fight, but the Abyssal Blade comes out onto the Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight is actually going to get low now, trying to run himself away, but one more right click from Tahak. It might be enough to kill off Afterlife. Are they going to be able to get the body blocks with Smiling Knight, Sunstrike? It's going to connect. And Dodrin doesn't need the Cataclysm, so they're going to be able to go even for more as Razor does get caught by Tahak. Tahak just wants to get himself a lot of damage here, but Smiling Knight might be able to walk himself away after the Terrorize comes out. Tahak going to be charged on. Do they want to try and return onto this? Meljul's not looking super healthy either. And Notice gets the kill onto Sayo at least, but it's still a good retreat there from Gambit, losing 2 after taking a really good fight, forcing a few buybacks out as well.
This game just keeps on giving. Every time I think it's over, the weaker team makes another play again. And Winstrike, they still have their backs against the wall because they don't have buybacks, but the game is not lost.
And Roche, 10 seconds at least away. So we've got now effectively... actually, no. Well, I mean, he's already bought out, hasn't he, on the Ursa. So all this gold, the 4.1k gold, is his to spend for the next 6 or so minutes. So do you think he just is actually going to go for the Satanic? I was going to ask about the Swift Blink, but it looks like he wants the Satanic.
Curious what he's going to replace. I guess his boots?
Yeah. That's why I thought you might have gone for the Swift Blink first.
Gonna be Roche in 1 minute. I wonder who gets the next blessing.
I mean,
Guess it's nice on Bane. Like Mirana doesn't do that much right now.
yeah.
Because it's just a little bit of extra damage on the arrow. And it's not like the Starstory damage is gonna win them fights.
No. Everybody else has an Aghanim's or a Blessing as well, so it is just the 2 supports. Meanwhile, on the side of Gambit, are they going to go for the 5-man smoke? They are. That's going to be a long-range charge. Pantomime, we've seen this happen before. Was a reveal, the backlines, or are they going to be able to go? The Cataclysm is going to be used, the Roar comes out, but it's still Afterlife. The Lincolns was one, and once again, the Refresher comes out from Notice now as well. Is he going to be able to turn this one around? The Nether Strike onto Notice, the damage drain now as well. He's going to try and blink himself forward. Gets the Roar onto the Chaos Knight this time to hack on the backlines, trying to jump through. With that, the Earth Shock, just from that passive Enrage that comes through from the shards. And the chase is on Lincoln's pops on Knight now as well. They do have the Nightmare onto the Chaos Knight.
Another huge fight for Winstrike. They somehow managed to kill the Quap, who has 3.3k HP, 47 armor and 2 Lincoln Spheres, but no BKB.
Yeah, and just so happens to be right before a Roche as well. So Winstrike have this like almost Spidey sense. So it's the little Santa's hat falls off his head. But yeah, Winstrike kind of have this sixth sense of when Roshan's going to be back up, and just have the ability to take the fight right before it.
And Bane gets the Aghanim Scepter now, so we're gonna have 2 clones channeling Fiend's Grip as well.
Hopefully, Pantomim's good with his angles. Actually, do the illusions get interrupted with a stun? Could you potentially
yeah.
charge through 3 illusions and just clean that
for
Fiend's
sure.
Grip up? Okay. It's going to be a really late Ags here for Pantomim as well. He's bottom of the net worth by a lot. The dive comes out. Smiling Knight though. Is he going to be able to get himself away? Plasma Field is to be used. Backline. Sonic Wave comes out. They're going to be able to get the kill into Seneko. Maybe not even going to be able to get off the Fiend's Grip with those illusions to show it how it's done. Pantomim charges in. So the stun onto the Ursa. Ursa has that in range in 7 seconds. Are they going to be able to carry on chasing out now? The Hack, does he want to try and turn? He might even just go into Pantomim. Yeah, the Abyssal Blade comes out. Where's that follow-up? The Hex comes out onto the Ursa now as well. The reality of the Chaos Ball coming through. Ursa, is he going to be locked down once? He will be killed off. Aegis has been popped.
Still has his BKB.
And the Enrage to come through now as well, so he just immediately pops that BKB, the Roar onto Sayu. Sayu's going to be dead. Gem on the deck once again. The Hack charges through. It looks like Pantomim is going to be able to do the damage through this Enrage. He's trying to dive himself forward, keep himself alive, and it looks like they might still have the lockdown. No, he eats the cheese, so the Hack back to full health, and now they can go on to the Chaos Knight counter-strike, trying to get himself away from this, but the right click is going to be too much. The Hack gets one more kill. Smiling Knight slowly but surely getting himself away. Meljul able to blink himself out of this fight, but no backpacks available on the side of Gambit.
Winstrike are doing it, Rob. Chaos Knight just needs 100 gold for a buyback, so if Co-op runs to the bounty runes, she's not going to.
It's
She's just gonna be farming some creeps, as we all do when the enemy is about to
Dire's middle
take mega creeps. What is she saving up for?
Scotty, I guess.
I don't think she's gonna get 5k gold in the coming 30 seconds.
No, probably not. I mean, how long ago did she pick up the blood?
She is going for the bounty.
Hooray!
CK has buyback.
I mean, the Hack just gets Lotus Orb, he gets Lincolns, he has the Enrage, he has the BKB, Abyssal Blade as well. You cannot get to this man. He's got 5 layers of protection on him. And
Yeah, he is such a raid boss. It's incredible.
yeah, even the one in the Aghanim's Labyrinth isn't as hard as this. It's the Hack.
He doesn't have lifesteal though, so any damage is kind of permanent.
True, but he is level 29 with pretty much every other
Ooh,
talent.
that's a big kill.
Gonna be able to pick up the immediate buyback comes through from Smiling Knight now as well, so it looks like Winstrike, they forced out a buyback. I'm surprised they even want to retreat. I suppose there's no Aegis, the gem just on the deck for a second. So yeah, they forced this buyback out, but to me this would just be a reset. Maybe wait for the ults. I mean, the Roar comes back up in 10, and that's pretty much all you're waiting for. He has his refresher as well.
Holy goodness. Invoker has 12,000 gold. Just buys a full hex.
Why not? Could even go back and buy a Moonshard here for the Ursa. I mean, the Ursa could buy himself a Moonshard, but
Radiant's bottom.
the carries don't buy themselves Moonshards.
Radiant's
Also, his buyback costs 3.5k gold. And he's gonna have it in 25 seconds.
He's going to be he's still got the Battle Fury, he's just cleaving through everything. And I suppose this is one of those games with the Chaos Knight coming out that you want to trade off your boots before you trade out the Battle Fury.
Yeah, for sure. It also really helps for pushing in lanes later on.
Yeah.
Could see the deciding fight here. There are buybacks on Ursa, Invoker, and Mirana, but that's it. Chaos Knight's gonna have his in like 80 gold, so he's gonna have it as well.
And Ursa traded up for the power treads into the Boots of Travel.
Okay, so he actually wants to keep his boots. Interesting.
I suppose the extra movement speed just reduces the amount of kite ability that Gambit has on him. And with the minimal amount of lockdown as well, the most important part is just being able to get up in the faces of your enemy.
He could buy an S and Y as well if he wants to. That's movement speed and status resistance.
True. This could be the Sire gets absolutely deleted now as well. The hack, like you say, the roar comes out onto the Razor. Cataclysm. They're all going to be grouped up for this now as well. Smiling Knight takes so much damage, and they're going to be able to chase away Chaos Knight. It looks like it might be. Where's that second roar going to come through? It's actually already used. Sonic Wave on the back line. So what are they going to be able to do? Because Chaos Knight is just going to be locked down, killed off. Nightmare onto the Spirit Breaker while they try and chase down the Queen of Pain. The Queen is away with these blinks, so he'll set Pantomime trying to get himself out with the spider legs. He is running his little legs away. Yeah, it's just going to go for the charge, maybe for the TP. No, okay, clearing off the creeps. But again, only the Chaos Knight has that buyback. Razor is 5.5 minutes out, so it's not even going to be like the gold matters. And you can see Winstrike, they're just going to look for the end. The charge is going to come through. They're going to try and defend this here, Gambit, but I think they'll be able to do anything about this. So BKB comes out from Dodo, and they're just going to try and right-click down the Ancient. Yeah, with the Enrage, with the Earth Shock as well. Well, so he's going to dive himself back, but they still get the kill onto the Spirit Breaker now as well. Afterlife, he's going to be killed off. And yeah, they're going to be able to finish off the Ancient, so 49 seconds of 49 seconds and 59 minutes.
Phew.
37
That
to
game
32.
went
Yeah.
on longer than I anticipated. First I thought Winstrike was just gonna run away with it at like 30 minutes, then Gambit somehow came back at like 45, and then somehow Winstrike came back again. It's like a soap opera or something. Just constant back and forth.
The Game of Throws, as it's so
sure.
well known. And okay, guys, that's going to be our first game. We're going to take a quick 10-15 minute break as we wait for the second game to start. So don't go too far. Go get yourself a cup of tea. Go get yourself something to eat or not. I'm not your mum. I can't tell you what to do. Just make sure you're back for the second game of Winstrike versus Gambit Esports in about 15 minutes. We'll see you then.